Hey folks, SC Closer here. Friends call me Vic. Vic C Stories and Tall Tales. This one I'm going to call Port List. This really happened. They all the time pulling jokes on people in the Navy. When you're new to a ship, they send you looking for everything in the world. They'll send you down to the fire room to get a bucket of steam. Okay, people fall for it. They'll send you down to the fire room to get a BT punch. Well, the BTs work in the fire room. And if you walk down there and you say, hey, I'm down here to get a BT punch, you're going to get a BT punch. You asked for it. They would send people out looking for mail buoys. They think that we're picking the mail up in the middle of the ocean. People fall for all kind of stuff. I'll have a whole story about the Seabat incident. That'll be a whole other story. I'll get to that at another time. Okay, so I'm down on watch and main control. I don't know when it was. I think we was probably in the 1987 deployment we were on. I'm down on main controls in front of the switchboard. We had the engineering officer to watch is next to me. Got the machinist made it a watch down there. The throttleman's down there. There's different people coming in and out down there. And we have a messenger. The engine room has a messenger, and the messenger can leave the space while he's on watch because he's the messenger. He goes and finds people, and stuff like that. It does different things like that. So I think I'm trying to think, the engineering officer to watch, I forgot who was on watch that night, but he was going to have a little fun. And so he called the messenger in. And he told the messenger, he goes, all right, he says, oh, by the way, we're on mid-watch. Okay, so this is after midnight. Okay, and we're underway somewhere in the Pacific. He calls the messenger in there. He's a young fella, he's a fireman, maybe a fireman apprentice. He's E2, E3, something like that, but he's new. And that was one of the first watches that they get qualified for as messenger, I think. And so he told him, he says, yeah, I need you to go to the division officer. But anyway, he told me, he said, I need you to go to the stateroom to the division officer and go and get a port list. I want to see what ports we're going to be stopping at, in the next, 30 days or something like that. And he's like, okay. So he goes, and he's gone for a long time. I mean, he's been gone 40, 45 minutes. We're starting to get a little bit concerned about them. Because what they were doing is they were sending them to wake the division officer up so he get chewed out. After a while, he comes back, and he just looked kind of perplexed. And we were like, hey, man, what happened? He says, I don't know. He said, did you get the port list? He's like, no, I didn't get it. He said, well, what happened? What the hell happened? He's like, he says, I went and woke up the division officer and I told him that, you'd sent me down here to get a port list. And he looked at me and then he's like, well, I don't have that. He says, the MPA's got that. He said, you need to go wake up the MPA. In case you don't know, that's a little higher ranking officer. So you got to go wake up the MPA. He's got it. I gave it to him. He said, okay. So he goes to the MPA stateroom and he knocks on the door and he wakes up the MPA. And he said, yeah, he says, I'm here. So-and-so sent me down here to get the port list. He goes, the what? He said, the port list. And he was like, I don't have that. And he goes, well, sir, where can I get it? I'm supposed to bring it back. He said, the engineer has it. I don't have it. The engineer has that. You got to go wake up the chief engineer. The chief engineer was a crusty guy. Loved the chief engineer. A lot of good memories about the chief engineer. I'll do a whole other segment just on him. So the messenger goes to the chief engineer stateroom. He's a Mustang. He's got the horse on the door. Mustang means he was prior enlisted. He worked his way up. He was a lieutenant commander. He knocks on the door. Chang comes to the door. So what you want? He says, so-and-so sent me up here to get a port list. EOOW sent me up. He said, port list? He said, why would I have that? He says, I don't know, the MPA said you had it. He goes, I don't have that. He says, I gave it to the XO. He said, the XO? He says, yeah. That's second command of the ship. He says, yeah. He said, the XO has that. I don't keep that. You got to go wake the XO up and get it from him. He says, okay. So he goes over and he knocks on the XO's door. He wakes up the XO, full commander. And he says, sir, I'm here to get, the EOOW sent me up here to get a port list. Chief engineer said you had it. He looks at him. He said, the chief engineer is full of shit. I don't have that. He said, the captain is the only one that has the port list. If you want the port list, you're going to have to go up to the captain's sea cabin and wake him up, because I don't have it. And just tell him I sent you up there. He said, okay. So at this point, we're like, oh my God. He's done woke up the XO. Now he's going to go wake up the captain. And we're like, what'd you do? He said, well, I started to go up there. He says, and I kind of got up there. He said, and I started thinking about it. He says, and I was like, something about this ain't right. He says, so I came back down to make sure that that's what you wanted me to do. And we just all bust up laughing. He called on before he woke up the captain. In case you guys don't know, a port list means the ship is listing or leaning to the left. That's the port side. That's what a port list is in the Navy.